What's good, y'all? I'm Dr.Trehunna over here enjoying this good eats, man. Got some good Jamaican food. Watching good BMF on a Sunday. You already know the vibes. You gotta go to church, get something to eat at a little brunch spot, and then watch BMF. I went to a nice little Jamaican restaurant in Houston called Cool Runnings. If you're in the Houston area, check that out. Cool Runnings, sponsor me. I just want to go ahead and show y'all how to properly cheat smarter. That way you understand that you can still technically have what you want. Just be mindful and thoughtful and calculated of what you're about to do with the food that you're ordering. So boom, as you can see, meat right here, I got a half a chicken. It was jerk chicken. Jerk chicken was amazing. But then I also had some jerk pork. Jerk pork was amazing. But then as you can see, I still got some plantain left, only ate about half of one. And I still got a whole bed of rice left, right? Go ahead and give you a tip that you can utilize for the rest of your life. When you originally purchase any type of meal, the very first thing that people start touching and gravitating to is what? This rice. And you're going crazy with this rice. Then you know these plantains would have been gone if this was your plate. So if I had a half a chicken, now it's a quarter chicken left, right? But you still got a whole bed of rice. There's a reason why you see me eat the chicken first and you always leave the chicken. I'm cheating smarter than you. We already know that carbs help your body to store energy, right? So the more carbs you have in a day, the more you should expect the scale to go up. But the average person don't understand how much carbs is in a plantain or rice. So let me go ahead and show you right now. I'm gonna go ahead and weigh out the rice. The main reason why I'm weighing out the rice is because numbers don't lie. But the average person don't understand how much carbs is in things just in general. But the people who've been in a fitness camp for X amount of time, they already have an idea of how much rice or how much food they're consuming based off the fact that it took time out their life to measure everything out, right? So now I'm gonna go ahead and measure out this rice for you, which I got left. And keep in mind, it was all the way even. I had like 7 to 8 scoops max. So now let's go ahead and weigh out this rice and see how much rice do we got left. And that way we can equate how much carbs it got left and how much calories it got left. So boom, I got almost a full cup of rice. As you can see, I didn't put every single grain of rice inside this cup as well. Just so you know I'm not cheating the system, let's weigh out the actual cup first, being precise with every single thing. Food scales are in grams. Let's go ahead and put the cup on it. So a red party cup is 13 grams. So whatever number that we get from this, we're gonna subtract 13. All right, so let's see. So we currently got about 310 grams of rice. Now, if we subtract 13, that's about 297. But also, I said I got some peas and little stuff like that in there. So let's just go ahead and say it's about 250. 250 grams of rice. What does that mean to you? Nothing. Until I give you some context. Let me go ahead and show you how many grams of carbs is in 100 grams of rice. As you can see, 100 grams of rice got about 45 grams of carbs in it, right? So now, if we have 250 grams of rice, which means times 2, half of 1, that's approximately about, I don't know, 110 grams of carbs just right there, right? Now, is that the worst thing in the world? Let's be real. No. And if you also having sauce on your chicken, right? And you already know it's not the best type of sauce, you're gonna have at least 5 grams of carbs per tablespoon, right? But then people always gonna devour the what? The plantains. So let's go ahead and weigh out these plantains. Just so I'm wasted, I got my red party cup again, so just subtract by 13. 79 grams, so that means it's approximately about 66 to 65 grams. Let's go ahead and see how much that equates to on Google. So if you actually look at this metric, it's about 21 grams of carbs for that 1 strip and a half of plantains. So if you do the math, that's already 130 grams of carbs. And this is 1 meal. Don't forget about the extra jerk sauce. Don't forget about the beef patty that people be ordering. Oh, don't forget the little Jamaican juice that people have all the time. You know what I'm saying? Don't forget that little Sprite that you're about to have it with. All of these things add up. And then we're talking about 1 meal. But here's the crazy thing. It's a Sunday, right? People usually like to live their life on the weekends, right? People go to Cold Stone after this. Or people had a smoothie before this. Or people have an acai bowl. Or somebody probably went to brunch, had about 2 to 3 mimosas, probably had some pancakes, probably had some grits, probably had, you see what I'm saying? So it's not how much food you eat at one sitting that gets people fat. It's the frequency. You continue to eat. And you're eating mindlessly because you'll know nothing about nutrition. That's why I'm here on this earth, to help you understand nutrition so you can make better choices. If you don't understand it, then you can't be held liable for it. That's why I want you to understand, y'all. Am I still going to have some rice here and there? Sure. But I'm not going to crush a whole cup of rice every single day that I decide to eat. That don't make logical sense, especially if I want to lose weight, and carbs help you gain weight. That's the whole purpose of a carb. They'll order the exact same thing you ordered: jerk pork, jerk chicken, and I had the rice with the plantains. I didn't tell them to just give me a whole bunch of vegetables. I told them, yeah, just make it the same way. But because I prioritized the protein, my scale is dropping, or the scale's not shooting up. Versus you not prioritizing the protein, you're going crazy on that rice. You know damn well you don't eat leftovers. So you ate a quarter of that chicken just to throw it away. And now you're not full, and then you're going to eat again. Now you need it, and you're off your night with something sweet. But if you was full, you wouldn't end your night with something sweet because you're too full. Everything happens for a reason. This meal easily got over about 150 grams of carbs, right? Do that one more time, that's 300 grams of carbs. That's a lot, especially if you didn't work out that day. Just keep that in mind, all right? So once again, if you're an athlete, if you're somebody who actually lifts weights 5 to 6 days out the week, you can have upwards to at least 200 to 300 grams of carbs, easily. If you're anybody who does not go to the gym at least 2 times a week, you better not be having over 150 grams of carbs a day. Or you're not going to be seeing the scale drop. It's really that simple. 1 + 1 always equals 2. So here's the tip so you can go ahead and cheat smarter. Pick your carb and have fun with that carb. One of the plantain, did have plantain about 2 to 3 months. So I had a strip of the plantain. Wanted some rice. I just had about 6 to 8 scoops versus you having a whole half or bed of rice. I still prioritized protein. So as you can see, my protein was gone. And I still had enough rice to fill up a whole entire cup worth. But then I really, really wanted my beef patty. If you come across a great beef patty, you're always going to prioritize a beef patty. And a beef patty, last time I checked, it's called a beef patty, which means what? It got a crust, but it still is protein-based. I had a protein-based beef patty, technically, right? Or it's coming with some protein, with some more protein, and the jerk pork was more protein. And then I just had a little strip of plantains and a little scoop of rice. That is a protein-based meal, y'all. Eat smarter. Hopefully y'all learned something today. That's your reset tip of the day. That's going to be Say Snatch all the time. Notice sometime. Ladies and gents, please cheat smarter. But the only way you can cheat smarter is if you understand what you're doing.